Hello and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to another layout share for how to kill a kit with style for June. So I'm here today to share two layouts with you that I got done over the last few days, over the last week or 10 days or so. And before I hop right into it, let me remind you of all of my lovely scrappy friends that are also participating in How to Kill a Kit with Style. All their links are below. Some do processes throughout the month. Others do kit share on the first, a mid-month check-in, and then a recap at the end of the month. So anything goes, and all throughout the month we try and provide you with all sorts of inspiration from different points of view. So if you recall, my kit for June was based on leftovers from two Secret Not Secret Kit Club kits that I'd received. One based on the Cocoa Vanilla Midnight collection, and the other based on the Minte Wanderlust collection. Both of them such beautiful collections, and I felt they went very, very well together. But as it turns out, you'll see when I do my recap in a few days, actually on Sunday, that I actually tended to use them separately. Although on this layout there is a little bit of the Cocoa Vanilla collection. So this first layout is pretty much all using the Minte collection and a few bits from the Pink Fresh Studio die cut pack that I had added, and a few other little bits and bobs from my stash. So I used this lovely sort of minty aqua background paper. Then I used a lovely chunk of this floral that has got my favorite, the peachy corally, and there is a little bit of craft in here. And as you know, I've mentioned this many times, this is one of my absolute favorite color combinations. So I use that here. And then just to break it up, because of course this lovely mint and this is exactly the same, so it sort of got a little bit lost. I could have inked the edges here, but I chose to use one of my border punches with some craft cardstock and just added a little border top and bottom, which gives a little bit of depth, a little bit of interest, and a little bit of decoration. So I went for a grid layout. I had not done a grid layout in a very long time, so I went for a basic grid layout with an interactive element. So on this here, this sort of houses my title, and then on the inside here, a little bit of journaling, and I could have gone over here or started here if I needed to. And then under here, one more little photo that didn't really need to be on, you know, sort of front and center on this layout. So this layout will go into my time for change, the various careers that I have had. But this is also sort of a personal layout, and I have done quite a few layouts on my sister from another mister, her parents' 50th wedding anniversary. And of course I went as an attendee and as part of the extended family, but it was also the very first time that at the bakery, my nephew's bakery, we sort of branched out into food, into sort of takeout, and this was our very first very large food order. So I did a little bit of both that day. I did some participating the day before and the morning of preparing some of the food or helping to prepare some of the food, and then at the event I did a little bit of helping with the setup and supervising, although Deb's sister had hired some people to do the serving and all that good stuff, so I was really able to spend more time doing the party. But still, I wanted to add this into my times of a changing and part of my career, which is still ongoing, although it has modified over the years as well, at my nephew's Italian gourmet food shop and bakery. So that's what this is all about. So this is me about to unveil a lovely lasagna, helping to pour some of the champagne. June, my second mom, and her hubby just serving themselves with some food. So this also serves a little bit as a cluster. So I sort of have my 3 clusters here. This is from the Cocoa Vanilla. This little piece of paper is also from the Cocoa Vanilla. These die cuts here are from Pink Fresh BU, as is this die cut here. This little camera I cut out from, it wasn't quite, I think it was maybe a 2x3 sheet that said, click what you love, and I still have kept that piece, but I sort of fussy cut the camera out because I love the colors and it fit perfectly. I put a little chipboard heart here, and these little bits and pieces here were in my scrap bowl, and one of the lovely flares that I have in my bowl. And this I really just put as a little bit of interest and really just to show that this sort of opens up into here. My little bit of journaling here about the day and about us starting to do a little bit of food preparation and take out on a bit of a larger scale. And then this little background here is just a little bit. So you see here, this is sort of the next photo here. This is the actual lasagna, some of the food here, some fruit salads, cheese plates, cannolis, and the dessert. So I kind of love this little interactive element, and the rest of it is just a nice, tidy grid. Layout number 2 that I have here is pretty much all Cocoa Vanilla. These are using some scraps that I had from some previous layouts. So I just cut a lovely strip here. As you recall, this is sort of my favorite paper. This navy and white stripe. And then this little bit here, this is really just a tiny, tiny, tiny little sliver that I tucked under here. This strip of paper here is the A-side to this one, probably my second favorite paper in the whole collection. And I also love this background where it really sort of has all of the framing done for you. Then in the kit that I had received from Christina, there was this lovely, I don't really know whether it's a cut file, some people have been calling it a stencil, but it was about a 6x8 and it had all of these beautiful florals. So I cut it apart and I used bits and pieces of it, and here I just sprayed it and then used a paper towel to blot. But I sprayed it with Heidi Shine peach color. And I just tucked the pieces around here because I just love that color, and I find it sort of frames a little bit and softens the square edges that I have over here. And this mat that I used for my photo is a scrap that I had from the Cocoa Vanilla collection as well. These die cuts are also from the Cocoa Vanilla Midnight collection, as are the enamel dots that I have sort of sprinkled a little bit everywhere here. These stickers also came in my kit, so I added them into my kit. I'm sorry if you can hear my blinds bashing about a little bit there. It's a lovely day here, so all my windows are open. I do have a couple of fans going, but there's a beautiful breeze and it's lovely, not too hot. There you go. So I added these on pop dots, these 2 little hearts, these 2 little die cuts from the Cocoa Vanilla. So I found this gave just a nice softening of the whole layout frames everything here in the middle together. The thickers, as I mentioned, came in my kit, and R&R that I put here. And my journaling here is R&R has always meant rest and reading, or reading and relaxation to me. So I've got the date here, 1989. This may go into a travel album. This was 1989. It was a winter holiday that my husband and I took in the Bahamas, in Great Exuma, actually. And the story a little bit behind this is I had not had a holiday for the entire year, and in fact it had been an extremely busy year for me, and I'd spent pretty much the entire summer negotiating an aircraft sale in Spain. And at that time, my ex-husband had also had a very busy 2 years, and I think it had been 2 years since he had had a holiday. So we were in Great Exuma. So this may be part, I think I've only done one layout so far on that particular trip. So we'll see if it actually goes in that album, because this is just a photo from that trip where I was just relaxing, sitting on the beach, reading a book, just a candid shot, I guess, that my ex-husband had taken at the time, or whether it will go more in sort of an all about me album where I'll be talking about my love of reading and how whenever I traveled, I needed to have plenty of reading material. I don't know, so let's stay tuned for that. So that is layout number 2 for this video, and I am so enjoying this kit. Now, I think that has me up to 4 or 5 layouts with this kit. I hope I'll get a couple more done before Sunday, but I will be back on Sunday to tell you and show you what I have left, and then on Monday to see what we do for July. Thank you for joining me. Pop on down, follow all of my friends, and go see what they have been up to through June. Thanks so much. See you soon. Bye.